Yeah. Love. What's poppin', beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, the name is Bree. Yay! Many of you know that I've been dancing for a long time. I think the very first post was like a dance video to Sierra Ride, and that was like before 2015. I've gained a lot of subscribers and like even Instagram followers through my dancing. So I was always like posting dance videos. Well, at first, initially, I wasn't consistent with it. I was just posting just for the fun of it, just to have some type of record of my dancing so I could go back, watch it, whatever the case is. But eventually, as time went on, I started being consistent and falling in love with content and just posting my, you know, like my work, my choreography, performances. And I pretty much want to let y'all know why I stopped dancing, because like I said, it's a lot of you that subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram because I'm a dancer, because I was, you know, posting dance videos consistently. So it just kind of stopped out of nowhere, and I want to get into the reason why. But first, let me kind of like take y'all back into how I got started and just like a little bit of dance history. So I did take notes because I don't want to forget anything, especially like on my dance history. So y'all already know me, I'm gonna stay with some notes. But yeah, so let's get started. So this is when dance first started for me. So I was in Sacramento. I used to dance I used to dance at the house in the garage all the time, like to the point like my neighbors across the street, like, I see you, Bree, get it, Bree, get it, Bree. Like, you know, like I'll have people in the neighborhood passing by on their bike and see me dancing. I would just have no cares in the world and just be dancing with the garage open. Like, it was almost as if like I just wanted to perform in front of people. I honestly started dancing, like getting comfortable and practicing to certain dance routines when Sierra came out. She was one of the first to really get me to like just really pursue dance. Like, I have to say Sierra was my top #1 inspiration. But you know, of course, I looked up to the Janets, the Michaels, the Chris Brown, you know, Aaliyah. But Sierra, she was #1 for me. Like, I had to embody her. I had to like mimic her moves. Like, yeah, Sierra was my girl. That's how it started. I had to be at least in 6th, 7th grade doing that, like dancing in the garage, right? Fast forward to high school, I didn't do anything my freshman year. And then my second year, like my sophomore year, by the way, I went to 2 different high schools. So sophomore year in high school at Kennedy, I auditioned for my first dance team. This being my first time, I'm a little shy, so I'm not as like, you know, big with my moves, confident. I didn't make the team. However, I did make the alternative team. They were called Claws On. Like, what? Like, the main team is Paws Off. This team is Claws On. Okay, I guess. Ended up switching high schools. Ended up going to Monterey Trail High School in Elk Grove. I ended up joining BSU Dance. So, of course, BSU is Black Student Union. They had like a step team, a dance team. And so I decided to join the BSU dance. Let me go. This is when I have to go to my notes, because it's like I forgot everything until I started typing. And I was just like, dang, like your girl got something under her belt for sure. Okay, so with BSU dance, I performed at big school rallies. I performed at the it was like a multicultural assembly. And that was when my confidence blew up, because we had a choreography to I'm an NAT stepper. I remember there was a duet part with the guy. He was kind of like the leader of the group or whatever. He was like the one who would organize like the practices and stuff like that. So I remember I had to do it with him, and it was to that song, she ain't gonna tie me down, don't tie me down, tie me down, tie me down. When the verse came in, it was just me and him. All the memories are coming back, so my apologies if I'm kind of like all over the place. So yeah, so we had to do it to that, and that was my first time performing like in front of the whole school. I was getting compliments from the teachers, and that's when I knew, like, it clicked for me, like, I'm a dancer. So then the next year, which was my senior year at Monterey Trail, I basically joined this dance company called Impulse. When I seen them at the Multicultural Assembly, they were doing salsa, lyrical, like jazz, just other things other than hip hop. You know, me as a dancer, I really want to learn. Like, I really want to like get into the different styles, you know? So that was part of my reason why I basically branched off into an actual dance company at the school, because I really wanted to perfect my craft and really just learn as much as possible. And then on top of that, I just wanted to see if I could make it. I wanted to see if I'm really that skilled at dancing. Once I got an Impulse, I started taking off. Like, I started becoming more and more confident. I was able to perform at all of the school events, rallies, assemblies, at other schools. I think we performed at Sheldon High School at some point. We had a main stage performance where we would practice all the way up until it's time to perform, and we performed like 3 different nights. Okay, so fast forward, I graduated from high school, because that was my senior year. Graduated from high school, ended up at San Jose State. And so freshman year, I want to say freshman year and maybe my sophomore year, I stopped dancing, and my focus was on, of course, like adapting to the college, you know, meeting new people, getting into boys, parties, drinking, had my first job as soon as I went into college. So like, my world had changed at that point. Like, I wasn't even dancing anymore. But then I did eventually start to, I want to say like sophomore, junior year of college, I started like getting back into my dancing. And so I would be dancing in my dorm room, and I would just like, you know, post videos to my Instagram, and, you know, post videos to YouTube and stuff. And so yeah, I started getting back into dance to the point where I was like, I'm ready to join something. So one day, me and my friend / roommate at the time was at the gym, and I remember we went downstairs to go stretch or something. We walked past this room and we saw people in there dancing. I'm instantly like, hey, like, what is this? Like, are y'all a dance team or something? And so one of the girls, I remember she was like, oh yeah, we're at practice, we come to practice on such and such days. Somehow we ended up talking to the person in charge, like the choreographer. So we was kind of like, yeah, next time, like, yeah, we're gonna check it out or whatever. So that's when me and my friend got into SJSU hip hop. And so with that team, like, you know, we would perform on the campus. I can recall it was another dancer. She would like instruct like a ballet team for little girls, and, you know, hip hop classes and stuff. And so I remember she came to our choreographer and she wanted to handpick a few people to participate in her show, the show that she was trying to stage for Great America. So that became a thing. So then I eventually started doing practices with SJSU hip hop, and then practices with her. The person that was in charge was, I think he was graduating or something like that. And so they had kind of stopped for a little bit. Like, they stopped. Somebody else ended up picking up the team, but they had kind of stopped. We ended up on a whole nother team at the school. We was on APM. I did my first competition with them. And it's funny because we only did that for like a semester, maybe no more than a year. Fast forward a little bit, I graduated. So I ended up finding Groove Studios in Oakland. I auditioned for, it was like an all-girls company, and they're still going. Like, my friend Bree, because I told her about it. I remember she had ended up going to practices and auditions and stuff with me. and she's still on there to this day. Shout out to you, girl, you doing that. So we was on this all girls dance company, Groove Generation. Had some opportunities with them. We did some performances. I remember we performed at a club in downtown Oakland. I got to dance in a video, and shortly after I get pregnant. Stop dancing again because now I'm about to be a mom. Like, this is new to me. Like, you know, I have to leave my job. I have to relocate. Like, it was just so much going on. I relocated to, I think at the time it was Sassoon. I was kind of back and forth with Sassoon and Vacaville, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm out there and started feeling this urge again as a new mommy to dance. I'm dancing, recording myself dance, posting them on Instagram, posting them on YouTube, just being creative, coming up with choreographies, freestyling, and just recording myself and posting them. And then I started looking into, you gotta understand, like, at this point, like, I'm a mom, so it's like, you know, postpartum depression and my weight, and like, I'm not feeling myself, I'm not feeling sexy, I'm not feeling confident. I remember I seen a video of Aaliyah Janelle. The very first video I seen with Aaliyah Janelle was, listen, I'm the baddest in the school, the baddest in the game. Excuse me, honey, but nobody's in my name. When you was in New York, you was, yeah. That was like the first choreographer, like, I started getting into dancing in heels. Like, it was just something sexy and confident about her, and I was like, I want to do that. Like, I'm one of those people, I always want to elevate. Like, I'm gonna always rebrand myself. I'm gonna always find new ways to be better, to do more. I'm gonna get some money, I'm itching. I was falling in love with Aaliyah Janelle's videos. And let me also point out that in the meantime, you know, while I'm studying her videos, her dancing in heels and stuff, I'm posting videos of me dancing, period. I was getting likes from like Sierra's choreographers, like Paris Go, I don't know how to say her name, Goble, I forgot, but she is so talented. She even posted my Level Up challenge video on her story. People who worked with Aaliyah Janelle. Who else? Oh, Lyrica Anderson. And so going back to the whole Aaliyah Janelle, because we got a little bit off topic, I started taking her workshop classes, like whenever she would tour and come to San Francisco. So I took at least 2 of her classes. I took one of Ashley's workshop classes, so Beyonce's dance captain. My very first heels class though, because I jumped ahead a little bit, but I took my first heels class when my friend invited me to her cousin's heels class, and that was my first time ever taking a heels class. Then as time went on, I started, I wanted to get back in a routine to where I would have a practice or something every week. So in addition to me taking like those workshop classes, I ended up joining this class that will be weekly. So her name is Lady Leto. She's in Sacramento. Hey girl, if you're watching this. But yeah, so I ended up taking her dance classes and definitely was blessed with opportunities to work with her and to perform with her. Then I remember the commute was getting a little crazy for me, and if I'm not mistaken, she was looking into moving to LA, and then I ended up finding something closer, Paradise Dance Studios. Let's get into the reason why I stopped dancing. Like, I am currently not dancing. However, I'm starting to get ideas. God is starting to put things on my heart. And I just wanted to say, like, I'm still going through a transformation, but that is pretty much the reason why I stopped dancing. I started changing the music I was listening to. A lot of the music I was dancing to were very sexual, promoting sin, you know, profanity, all of that. And you know, I do listen to R&B from time to time, but for the most part, I listen to Christian rap, Christian R&B. Let me just say that I had a moment where I felt convicted. I felt convicted about cussing a lot. I felt convicted about the type of music I was listening to, and I just kind of branched away from basically worldly music. I couldn't relate to the music anymore. My desire to want to dance for certain artists. My desire to dance sexy and changed. Like, I no longer want to let me say this. When I was dancing in heels, there was a lot of touchy vibes. I just felt convicted with like doing certain movements. Like, I felt like it was a Jezebel spirit trying to take over, because I would dance and record myself and be like, that's me? What? When did I start being this sexy and revealing? Like, I was wearing certain things that were really revealing, you know, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just being real. Like, this is my journey. I got to a point where I didn't feel comfortable doing that anymore. And it's like, if I'm somebody's wife, because you know I'm somebody's wife, like, that's a whole different story. If I'm somebody's wife, I'm somebody's mother. Why am I on camera seducing people? And that's another thing I felt convicted about. Like, I had to ask God for forgiveness for like promoting that, like seducing people and, you know, making people fall into lust. Because I'm just gonna be real with y'all, like, I had men and women that would lust over me. And you know, I used to be in the zodiac signs. I'm just gonna say my birthday is October 30th. Those who know. So I was really using that to my advantage. Like, I was really like, you know, seducing people, and I knew that I was powerful in that. And I just felt like God convicted me, or the Holy Spirit convicted me, like, girl, you doing a lot. You doing a lot. It was just a lot going on, like, between the conviction, the weight gain. You know, I just felt like I was being humbled, like, to just sit down and think outside the box, be more creative, stop doing what everybody else is doing, or stop doing things that you think is going to bring you attention, or that's going, I don't know, that's gonna get the reposts and the likes. Like, and I'm just in a space now where it's like, I don't desire that anymore. Once I started going on a true walk with God, because I've always believed in God, but once I really started walking with Christ, like, I've realized that it's possible that I was contributing to people lusting and stuff, and I don't want that on my hands, you know. So I just felt convicted in that area. And not to say that I would never dance again. As of right now, I'm just being a little still, and I'm trying to get back in my creative bag, because we don't really have like dancers. Every now and then I'll see them, but we don't have dancers that glorify God, and it could still look cool. Dancing to Christian rap, dancing to, like, you know, Christian hip hop. We don't have many of those people because it's not cool or it's not worldly. So I've been kind of like, you know, I've been kind of like getting ideas and stuff. But as of right now, I'm just learning to be still and to focus on the true purpose, focus on what it is that God wants for me and not what I want. I know that was a lot, y'all, but just to give y'all an idea of why I stopped, because I know many of you subscribed or followed me because of my dancing. But just know your girl's going through a transformation, and yeah, great things are still coming. I have a feeling I'm gonna get back in my dance bag. But enough with that. I talked y'all ears off enough. Peace and blessings to you all. Make sure to be kind. You never know what somebody is going through. Until then, oh yeah, don't be a hater. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Oh.